Well, good morning. It's Crazy Cheap Chick, and today I'm in Cimarron, Kansas. And I bet you're thinking, where is Cimarron, Kansas? It's out by Garden City. And if you don't know where Garden City is, it's out by Dodge City. And if you don't know where Dodge City is, we're in Western Kansas. The job site's out here this week, and so we're going to be here all week. And normally I go with John Wynn to the job site and help him. But I just wasn't feeling very good this morning. And John Wynn is like, you need to stay in. You need to stay in. I'm going to have some yogurt and berries for breakfast, like always. And this yogurt has a lot of fat and sugar and carbs in it. They consider one serving to be the whole container, which is 270 calories. And I don't think I need quite that much. One thing I like about this, it has a lot of calcium, of course, since it's yogurt, and it has quite a bit of potassium in it. And I'm going to add some banana and some berries as well. Okay, I'm going to eat this big bowl of berries and yogurt. Now, I don't want you to think I just love berries, because I don't. I like berries, they're okay, but I kind of force myself to eat them because they're so healthy. And they're probably one of the top 5 foods as far as health. They're full of fiber. They're full of vitamin C. They're supposed to help you with lowering your cholesterol, lower inflammation, detoxify your body, get rid of those free radicals, help with bone loss. I mean, what don't they do? Berries are just super healthy. Now berries, now look at that. That berry has more hair on it than my chin does. And so I have berries are just not my favorite food. So even though berries aren't my favorite food, I'm going to eat them every day because I'm pretty convinced there's not many foods that are healthier than berries. Okay, let's wash up these dishes. At least I have kind of a nice view. I've never seen a red camper like that before. And wash up these dishes and start some dinner. Not sure exactly what we're going to have with dinner, but I know it's going to be this pork loin, this mesquite barbecue. And so I got out my little crock pot and I'm going to get this started. Now, this isn't the healthiest meal because that's a processed meat. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I always put a little bit of liquid there in the bottom when I cook meat. But then when I'm cooking in a crock pot, I usually start it on high for about an hour to help it get up to heat, and then I turn it down to low. So it's about 9:40, and about 10:40 I'm going to turn this back down to low, and we're going to have some kind of mesquite barbecue pork loin. I just don't know what we're going to have with it. I think now I should probably take a little inventory of what we have. I've got some carrots and celery. Got some of these sausages, also not healthy. A little bit of cheese and some salsa. I'm not sure these are good. A few berries, an onion, a little bit of yogurt and sour cream. Those seem fine. Sweet potatoes. Cheese there. Cream. And in the freezer I've got another just beef roast. These are pork chops, biscuits, French bread pizza. That's a casserole I took out of my freezer at home because it needs to be used, but I'm not going to do that today. Then in this pantry got most of my canned goods. I've got refried beans, canned soup, olives, artichokes, peanut butter. That's my baking stuff down there. Got a package of mac and cheese, a little bit of bread, some apples. Now, what can we have with that pork roast? We could have sweet potatoes, or I could make pork carnita type tacos. That grocery store is right over there. So maybe we'll get out and walk over there. Well, here we are set up. I thought I'd show you a little bit of the park. This is it. Nothing fancy. Try to walk over here to this grocery store. Got a grocery store, a Dollar General, and a liquor store. What more could I need? And John Wayne was super worried about me crossing this highway. But guess what? I think I'll be okay. Oh man, he's a warrior. Well, the first thing I noticed when I walked in the store was 5 pounds of potatoes for 99 cents. That's pretty cheap. And then I went over to the refrigerated section and looked at their pre-packaged salad mixes and found a couple of marked down salad mixes. These dryer sheets for 99 cents seemed like a pretty good deal. And they had 2 carts full of just some oddball stuff marked down pretty cheap. I didn't find much, but then I found this rack over here, more markdowns, and I did find a couple of things. I bought some craft beer inspired salsa, which was fairly good, and some green tea since I've not been feeling well. Just a really nice hometown friendly grocery store. You could tell everyone knew each other. Listening to people's conversations, it'd be like, "Hey Harold, how you doing?" "Oh, I've been better, I've been worse." You know, that kind of conversations going on around you. Everybody's smiling as you walked by. And when I got over to the bread, they had bread for $1.29 a loaf, which is cheap compared to what I've been spending. I think it just shows no matter where you go, you can usually find a bargain or two if you look for them. Made it back from that little grocery store across the street, and it was super nice. Really nice little hometown grocery store. And I got these chips for $3.99, and I got these carrots for 79 cents. I know these steamers were $2.39. Found this green tea on the clearance rack. Since I'm not feeling real great, I thought I'd try drinking some green tea this afternoon. This cream cheese, and I think it was $2.19. Found 2 jars of this craft beer salsa, and if I like it, then I'll go back and get some more because they had some more jars. That's pretty cheap for salsa. These strawberries were $2.49. This cheese dip is $2.50, and that was half cost because the Best By date is like today, I think. These little grape tomatoes for $2.49, and these little angel food mini cakes, I couldn't resist them. They were $2.99. This bag of salad was $1.99. The Caesar kit was $3.49. Only thing I'm not sure is what these tomatoes were. I think they were $1.79. So anyway, I think we're going to have some pork nachos tonight. It's pretty much what I settled on. That's looking really good. And when I came in the trailer, it smelled so good in here. And we'll put some lettuce on it. I'll use this lettuce here and some tomatoes. I've got onion to cut up, cheese dip, the salsa, and I think it'll be a pretty good dinner. And then for dessert, I think I'm going to make these angel food mini cakes. Now for my lunch today, since I don't feel good, nothing sounded real great. The only thing that sounded good to me was vegetables. And when your body is saying eat some vegetables, you probably need to eat some vegetables. Well, that's what I'm having for lunch. Those steamables, or Simply Steam vegetables. One has a little bit of butter on it and the other has a little bit of cheese, but these are really low calories. 45 calories per serving, and I think they consider this 2.5 servings. And this one is considered 2 servings, and it's 80 calories. So I could eat both those bags plus a salad and still not be doing too bad. Well, I suppose I should do something today, so I think I'll go ahead and get these strawberries cut up. What is up with these giant strawberries? I mean, It's huge. Can't taste very good when they get that big. Might as well get my tomatoes cut up too. I got the strawberries cut up, and they actually taste really good. Just a little bit of sugar to those strawberries. I don't need a ton. A couple of tablespoons maybe. I'm gonna make a little bit of a topping for those strawberries, and this is just cream cheese softening with some butter. I added a little vanilla, and I'm probably just going to use a package of aspartame equal to sweeten it. I'm going to add just a touch of cream in there too, and probably another package of equal to make it just not quite sweet enough yet. Before we go any further, I really feel like we need to test the Mrs. Renfro's, what's it called? Craft beer salsa. Man, that does have a beer taste to it. I better go back and buy some more. Now I'm going to cut up some onions. Some for these pork nachos and some for tomorrow night's meal. Now these carrots and onions and celery, I got those ready for tomorrow morning. That'll just take a little work off of me. Hopefully I feel good enough to go to the job site tomorrow. And I'll start a roast before we leave in the morning, because we've got to leave about 7. And that'll be an easy meal, be all ready by the time we get home tomorrow night. All I'll have to do is peel and cut up the potatoes tomorrow morning. Okay, this cream cheese dressing, frosting, whatever you want to call it, it's coming together. And I've got the tomatoes and the onions cut up. The lettuce is already shredded. It came shredded. The strawberries are cut up for our meal. I've got the chips, and I think our pork is looking really good. I'll shred it here in another hour or so. And we'll have sour cream and cheese, and these are going to be some really good nachos. Got the pork loin out. Now I'm going to start shredding it up. Well, I've almost got dinner ready. I'll turn the camera around and show you what we're having. I think it's going to be pretty good. Thanks for following along today. Well, we've got our pulled pork back here, and our chips and our cheese and our onion, some salsa, sour cream, lettuce, tomato, a little bit of avocado on the plate, and then I've got the cheese sauce melting for the nachos. You know, a lot of people just won't cook in their travel trailers. They think it's too hard, it's too small of space, but I don't have any trouble, and I just prefer it so much to eating out. Not only does it save money, it tastes better, and I think it's healthier. There's my famous pulled pork nacho and John Wayne's pulled pork mountain. Well guys, thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. Now, as always, if you do stick around, I catch you up a little bit on my life and tell you a story to entertain you. And there's not much to catch you up on this week. As you know, we were on vacation last week in Tennessee, and I got pretty sick. And we came home. We were home 2 days, got to sleep in my bed 2 nights, and then we had to leave for Garden City. And once we got to Garden City, I was like, man, I still don't feel good. And finally went to one of those express cares, and they're like, yeah, you probably had influenza B, because that's really going around right now. And they kind of referenced several times that I'm old. Well, when you're over 60, when you get over 60, you just don't bounce back. And I know I don't bounce. I do more of a splat. And they're like, it's going to take you a week to get over this. So you're kind of pushing it. And I think that was the case. I think I got over the worst initial part of it. And then I just have been tired and dizzy and not felt great. And I know I'm going on way too much about not feeling well. So let's change the subject, because I'll tell you, if you want to get someone to leave your house, you've had some company stop by and you just can't seem to get them out the door, and you're ready to go to bed, or you've got stuff to do, just try this. Say, hey, did I tell you about my last doctor's appointment? And I'll bet you they beat their tail out of there because no one wants to hear an old lady tell all about her health problems. Anyway, I think I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So hopefully I can go to the job site tomorrow. And now I'm going to tell you a little story to kind of entertain you. Now, this happened 3 or 4 years ago. One of my nieces was at my house, and she was talking about how fun I was and how she just never knew how fun I was growing up because, I was an adult and she was a kid. And she's like, in my family, we always just referred to you as crazy aunt so-and-so. I kind of laughed. I wasn't really offended by it, maybe a little bit. And I said, look, here's the deal. I'm not offended by your family calling me your crazy aunt. But the thing that I'm concerned about is I know all of your aunts. I know all of your aunts on both sides of your family. And I'm not sure if you really look into it, if you really think about it, if you really think about all of the women who are your aunts, am I really the craziest one? Because I know them all. And she laughed, and I said, I just don't want to steal someone else's crown. I don't want to take the title away from the person who's truly earned it. And I don't think I've truly earned your craziest aunt. I might be in the running, but I don't think I'm going to come in number one. And, honestly, it's a result of just not living near one another or spending much time around her as a child. And so I probably was that distant, weird aunt that you only saw, every other year or something. But now I'm fun. So that's my story. I'm feeling better, and you'll be seeing more videos from me. Now that I'm monetized, that's a big accomplishment for me. Because remember, as my doctor keeps telling me, I'm old. And a huge accomplishment. And I'm going to start making more shorts, and I'm probably going to make some different kinds of videos. Because I'll tell you, the grocery videos were great to get subscribers, but the ones that get the most views are the ones that you traveled to a place or you answered a question. Anything over 1,000 subscribers is kind of just vanity, because the subscribers, though they're good to have, because the more subscribers you have, the more likely they are to watch your videos. It's the views that really matter, because you're paid per view. And it's not very much per view, but you want a lot of views. Anyway, I'm going to quit talking, and I hope that you go out there and find some bargains. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.